That's exactly what I don't want to see. I don't want to see us starting to cancel women the way that women are canceling men. We need to stop cancel culture altogether. And so there's a question going around. It's gone viral. And the question is this: do women need men? And so they asked a bunch of men, do men need women? Women said, yes. In general, of course we do. Not going to get into all those reasons. But when they asked women, do women need men? They said, no, we don't. Well, unfortunately, these women, they're not thinking clearly. They don't have any idea of the sacrifices, the things, that length that men have gone to make this world the way it is right now. And if women had to do all the jobs that men are doing, they would think twice about their answer. And so on The View, they decide to ask the panel the same question. Do we need men? And you are going to be shocked at their answers. Now remember, these are comedians, and so do they really believe what they're saying, or are they just trying to be funny? Personally, I don't think that they actually think this. I can't imagine women actually being this ridiculous, thinking these things, or even saying what they're saying. And so assume that they're comedians. But here's the thing. Imagine if the men did the same thing. Wait till you see their answers.
So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless.
How so? Clearly we're good for something. If it wasn't for men, the species would eventually die off. After all, men do have sperm that is required to make babies.
What about the inner life of a man? That's what this is about.
I need my man 3 to 4 times a week.
And personally, I know many of you women out there, you like it more than 3 or 4 times a week, some even 3 or 4 times a day. But do we not need men for more than just sexy time? I certainly hope so. And perhaps the problem is the word need. Do we need anything, really? Aside from food, shelter, clothing, perhaps to survive, do we really need men? Maybe not, but we should want them. Is there anything wrong with wanting someone? For example, do I need a relationship? Of course not. But should I not want one? Do I not want friends? Do I need them? Well, perhaps I can survive. Might be miserable if I'm alone on a deserted island. I watched Tom Hanks do it. He almost went a little cuckoo now, didn't he?
Well done! Well done!
And so to me, it's not a matter of do we need them, it's do we want them? And I think the answer should be a resounding yes. But because of feminism, women are thinking, no, we don't need men, we're self-sufficient, we can do everything our own and even better. Can you really? Because if you look at some of the jobs out there, you would be shocked at what these men have to do to survive.
I want to differentiate between straight men and gay men, because I think I would die without gay men. Nobody can gossip like gay men. Nobody can help you accessorize like gay men.
And so imagine this. She wants to clarify, are we talking about gay men or straight men? Do women need men? Well, of course we need gay men. We need fashion tips. We need to be told what clothing to wear. We need to be able to share our feelings with other people. Straight men can do the same thing. Perhaps some of you should open up a little bit. Perhaps ask some questions. You think only gay men like to talk about their feelings? I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, as they said in Seinfeld, but I certainly am not gay, and I certainly do enjoy talking about my feelings, more so than probably most men. And so imagine this. Let's flip the switch. If this were a panel of men, they said, do men need women? And we said no. And if I said women are useless, they're only good for perhaps 3 or 4 times a week when I'm in the mood before bed, I need a woman for about 12 minutes, what do you think the women would say? What would the world say? They'd be saying I'm a misogynist, I'm narcissistic, I should be canceled, I'm a horrible human being. But yet when women do it, it's okay. And here is my point. They're just poking fun. They're having a good time. They're making jokes. They're telling jokes. And so imagine Matt Rife. Imagine if he wasn't allowed to tell jokes like this. He'd be canceled. He would be out of a job. Is it not okay to have some fun, to tell some jokes? There are so many comedians out there, but if we're not allowed to tell jokes, to have fun, comedy, it would be dead. So many people would be out of a career. Think of all the movies we watch. There are jokes like this all the time. But the point I'm trying to make is both men and women should be allowed to talk like this. A man should be allowed to say, hey, I don't want you going to the bar dressed like that with those girls. Oh, you're a controlling narcissist. Why do you say that? Well, you don't want me to go to the bar dressed like this, yeah, half naked to the bar with all your single friends. And so who told you that I'm a narcissist? Well, all my single friends told me that. Yeah, I wonder why. And what are you all doing out there, single girls out at the bar? Getting hit on by a bunch of men trying to sleep with you. And so why do you think your partner doesn't want you to go to the bar with your bunch of single friends? Because that is a place where you advertise for the opposite sex and perhaps the same sex to have sexy time. That's what it's there for. Yeah, you're dancing, having a good time sometimes, but you're paying for very expensive drinks in a club you can hardly hear yourself think, when you could very easily do that together at home, perhaps having a house party. And so if somebody says, hey, I really don't think you should do that because we're in a committed monogamous relationship, does it not make sense that they're perhaps trying to save the relationship? They don't want the things to go on that they know are going to go on at the bar.
The ABC network, which is hosting this show, would have canceled the show if it were a panel of men saying that women are useless. I see the producer right there. I wonder what you think about this one.
Now remember, he wasn't actually on this show. He's imposing himself, making him look like he's on the show to stun the audience, stun the panel. But the reality is this. It's true what he's saying. Imagine if the male panel said the exact same thing. They wouldn't allow it. They would be canceled. The media would say, look what this guy says. And we've said it before. Remember Jonah Hill? Oh, if you want to be with me, I don't want you posting thirst trap photos half naked on Instagram. I don't want you out there clubbing at the bars alone with your single girlfriends, getting hit on by a bunch of guys. Oh, he's a controlling narcissist. Really? Because he has standards? But yet if a female says the exact same thing, it's go girl, slay babe. You got it going on. And so let that sink in a little bit. Look at yourself in the mirror and imagine if the opposite sex said the exact same thing as you did, how would the world react? Imagine ignoring 90% of the labor force that is responsible for plumbing, electricity, and critical infrastructural maintenance and legitimately thinking this way. Your comment should be pinned and could probably add armed forces and specialist fields, i.e. mining and oil rigs, etc. And so my message is not to cancel these women from the view. It's that we should be more accepting of people having actual opinions. Remember, we learn more from debate than we do from hate. If a woman's going to stand up and say, we don't need men, they're useless, they're good for nothing, well, unless, of course, they're gay, then they should have the right to say that. But in response to that, we should be able to say, are you joking? Are you kidding me? Have you not seen these men working on oil rigs, welding broken down bridges underwater, working manual labor, lifting hundreds of pounds, breaking their feet, getting crushed, getting injured at their jobs? Very dangerous line of work. Not saying that no woman could ever do it, but certainly most could not. Think of how difficult some of the hardest jobs in the world actually are. Should men start canceling these women? I would. Let's cancel them. That's exactly what I don't want to see. I don't want to see us starting to cancel women the way that women are canceling men. We need to stop cancel culture altogether. People need to be able to speak up, to say what they think, and people should be allowed to respond. For example, if you're a comedian, for example, you're a coach, Greg, and you have a smash or pass game, or if you call Mike Thurston delicious, it's not because I'm trying to insult them or to put those people down. We can say things, and it doesn't have to be taken with such offense. People today get triggered more than ever before. Think of it. A woman goes into a bar. I know it sounds like a joke. It's not. It's reality. And a man sees a group of women talking together and says, I'd like to order these ladies a round of drinks. The women clearly all look like women. One woman then begins to cry because she identifies as a male. She looks exactly as any woman would look. You cannot tell that she identifies as a male. And so should he say, I'd like to order these potential ladies and women. I can't tell if they're a man or woman. I don't know. I'd like to order they, them a drink. Really? Because imagine this. You see a woman at the bar, you approach her and say, I'd like to order he, she a drink. She's like, what are you talking about, he, she? Can't you tell I'm a woman? And you're thinking, I don't know. I was just trying to be respectful. I don't know if you're a man or woman. Imagine how that would go. And so that is how bad it's become. People have such great lives that they have to vent problems that are happening. Oh my goodness, I am worried about what pronoun you pronounce me. I am so offended. How dare you assume my gender? That is the world in 2024. 100 years ago, people were worried about how am I going to survive while my husband, that's right, the man goes off to fight for my country, while the woman stays home taking care of her family. Two very important jobs. But today, it's, am I going to be called a she or a he? I don't know. And so this clip, it shows just how far feminism has gone. The majority of women are saying they don't need men. The majority of men say they need women. It's because we've been brainwashed to think that, oh, saying you need a man is a bad thing. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think of all this? And if you're a man out there trying to get a woman, aside from getting a job and working on yourself internally, of course you can help the physical. You could consider getting GO2 Max or Turk Builder to help you have more endurance in the gym, build bigger muscles, have more energy. This is something that can help you to train harder than last time. And so consider using natural supplements, not steroids, by going to Harder Than Last Time supplements on my website and using code Greg for 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you like it. Don't forget to watch one of those two bloops. And of course, the cookbook, the circle diet book, the training books, PDF, hard copy, all on my website. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, the tank tops, the hoodies, job hats, all that stuff. You can get it on my website. Coaching plans by me and my team. And until next time, I am out.